I'm gonna be the one person in the room for a while.
There you go.
Chat. Oh, wait. So I'm not allowed to join the thing until you've been streaming for like at least a minute.
Yeah, things fuck up sometimes, but we are live.
Okay, wonderful. Hi, chat. How's life? Tell me all about it. I'll
Chat's
interrupt the game at any moment to come talk to you people about
Great.
your real life
Perfect.
stuff.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, there's actually a person here already. How did that happen?
That's. God damn it.
Okay, Frosty, start your game.
Okay. On the last episode of the
Land Down
Land
Under.
Down Under, we're
Yep,
calling
that's
it?
what you fucking
Yep.
called
Yeah.
it.
All right, good me. So, the on the last episode, you guys saved a cat from a tree after winning a bar fight, kinda. Then had a job where you went under the sewers of the city looking for some sort of disturbance, and found kobolds laying a trap to try and drop the what was that?
The monarch down
Yes.
into the sewers.
We also got.
Which
I also got fucked up.
I don't believe that these kobolds had much of a plan.
What was
No,
your
it's
plan?
possible
That
they have
monarch
no
would
idea what to do.
probably just murder them herself.
It's possible. We don't know what level she is.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
her bodyguards would murder them.
Yes, that probably.
But you know what? Maybe these kobolds are just unrelenting optimists.
You never know.
Regardless, we'll eventually find out because we did capture one alive.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the other one took quite a nasty blow as unconscious, but I'm pretty sure modern medicine, you know.
Modern science? No, magic? Yeah, I guess magic.
Magic, yeah.
Modern magic. Not that old magic.
That sounds like a really bad, like, urban fantasy novel.
Do you
I
think
love
there's
God damn it. That's your next.
do you think people have patented spells? Like
You're not allowed
there's
to use
better
this.
spells out there, but they're patented, so you're not allowed to actually use them.
Well, there are some like level 0 spells where it's like this cantrip is rare
Oh
and is only in a few people's spell books.
You're gonna meet a person who has one of those because I had to look at that list.
Aha.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But I can't.
So just if you in the sewer map, we actually had two of us had run down a dude.
Oh yeah, let
And
me.
the queen could only see a still frothing Anansi with her screaming hedgehog.
That is correct. Here's Sewer's map. Boom. So yes, you were able to successfully slay or at least incapacitate one of the kobolds, and the other one was
Has been
captured.
manacled.
Has been manacled. In the process, you were the trap that these kobolds had set did go off and trapped instead of capturing the monarch's parade vehicle, it captured the one in front, which had an illusionist gnome who broadcasted basically the sewer and you and the scene itself into the sky because that's what they're doing there. And that gnome's name is John Trumbo, by the way.
John Trumbo.
Or no, yeah,
Fantastic.
That's
No,
pretty
wait.
wonderful.
yeah. I know.
I'm feeling his character already.
He comes from a long and distinguished line, okay?
Trumbos. Trumbo family name.
And that is, of course, a play on Jumbotron, but I don't know.
No. I
No, it's
refuse to
unique.
believe it's a play on name. This guy is legitimately just named John Trumbo.
No, I looked up on the random fantasy name generator. That was the first thing that popped up. Yeah.
So once because I don't know that Anansi actually finished what she was planning on doing, I send a message because it has like a 100-foot-ish range, and if Anansi is in 100 feet, she should hear a please yell if you're fine, and yell louder if you're not.
Okay, I was going to just, as we get into this situation here, of that the monarch has
hand
looked at you,
wave.
seen you, and declared that you are the hero of her prophecy and not what you looked like, which is a crazy person about to try and kill her.
So then I'm really gonna yell really loudly because I'm not okay with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna start dragging the kobold with me under this. Actually, no. Yeah, I have to because
We could go around.
It's quicker
Fair.
to go under.
That's true. She's
And
yelling
you don't have
loudly.
the strength to drag a kobold. So
Okay, what is your plan right now?
I'm going to go underneath the fog cloud, dragging the kobold, and going to try to get the remaining one to surrender, or some vague threat against the bound one.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay. All right, so I think this situation wraps itself up.
Oh, yeah.
There's no combat remaining here. There's not really much of anything going on. The street is the cart is eventually lifted back up. Tron Jumbo is saved. The kobolds are taken in chains, and the road
I
is
take
repaired
my
and the parade
manacles
continues.
back.
Yes, of course. Manacles don't grow on trees. You're a very what's the word I'm looking for? Not stingy, but it's the good version of stingy.
I guess something like efficient or
Efficient, sure. Go with that.
Yeah. So,
And you are asked by the butler, who introduces themselves as Godfrey, to join him in waiting at the throne room for the parade to finish and to speak with the monarch, not queen, monarch. And I think that's where we find ourselves, though I don't actually have a
Okay.
map for it because it's just a...
That's okay. Well, I don't expect a combat encounter in the court.
Quick, kill the queen!
Yeah,
Fuck
monarch.
her up! Where are the queens now?
I do not believe that is how this system works.
We'll find out.
Oh, we are not in the barbarian tribes where might makes right. This one, they like to dress it up before they just make it might makes right.
Mhm.
Now, I go to an Eski and make sure, like, are you okay? Do I need to poke you with magic Healy wand?
Let me check. No, I'm good.
Especially because you like would heal more than the magic
Yeah.
Healy. Okay, I'm glad I made you acid proof. There's too much acid around. So I wait for the monarch.
All right. The waiting room is huge and holds a sort of statue and walls behind it that depict a battle from 100 years ago. This battle was when a red dragon, like a full-grown great worm red dragon from the eastern lands, was captured by the monarchy. The statue, rather, shows the dragon on the ground, its wings and mouth chained up, its tail is completely severed, and a dragonborn woman standing on its body triumphantly. Actually, Snake, you would have been possibly, or Neri would have been an active adventurer during this time, I think, 100 years ago.
Yes.
So I don't know if you would have taken a sort of military mission like this, where you would
Potentially.
join an army and... Potentially,
It
okay.
depends on if that was like a really big deal, or if they enlisted adventurers.
They did
just
enlist
enlisted
adventurers.
everyone they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the money was right, she was probably there.
Okay. So amongst the other statues, there's a lot of archers that are sort of much lower detail statues, and there's one that looks like a bird that could be Nari,
Oh.
or it could be a Tengu. Like, some of the features aren't right, and it's a colorless statue, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh, I point towards it and be like, a relative or maybe you? Oh, not all bird things are same. Sorry.
That's racist.
Oh, I forgot the voice.
But that's probably me. Who knows?
Oh no. You sound like a drunk Mickey.
A lot of the other birds died. Fire's not
That
good.
is unfortunate. Loss of life is not usually preferable.
Amongst the other statues, much more prominent and detailed, there's a bald elven woman who is meditating. The statue seems to be at least a little magic because you can see the air around her warp from the heat coming off of it.
Wait, is
Her
that
body is...
a statue or a person?
It's a statue.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But
No,
a magic
there's not a...
statue.
a random elven woman just sitting in
Look,
the
someone might
statue.
be tired and just taking a sip.
You're not wrong. Her body is like muscly and scarred in a way you've never seen from an elf. Like weirdly, the word I would use is sinewy, like not weak,
Yeah.
but also not like buff. It's a strange mix. At any rate, behind the statue, the wall is divided into two paintings. One of them shows that same elf who is launching a blast of fire at the dragon who is unleashing their breath weapon and somehow winning. Like the blast and the fire breath meeting in midair,
Beam struggle.
and the blast overpowering.
My goodness.
They're a level 20 fire kineticist.
That's yeah. Very power. Yes.
Powerful NPC statue. Don't fight the statue, guys.
Oh no, the
I
statues.
wanna fight the statue.
The other wall shows that dragonborn who is standing above the dragon. There are red dragonborn in this picture, and they are absolutely just for a person who is of normal size, they are somehow going toe to toe with this dragon, sort of like pushing it back, wrestling it, almost as if they were equals. Like it is a ridiculous display of strength, if this painting is to be believed.
I do believe paintings like to exaggerate things. Like, well, once I had a painting and it made my snout look 3 times as big. Because back at that time, big snouts were a sign of intelligence. Of course, now we know snouts are only a sign of humility rather than intelligence. But thinking changes.
How long ago was that?
Oh, probably about 300 years ago.
Okay.
Deep underground, you wouldn't have heard of it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But your race is kind of weird, but we know that.
You know, I respect you thinking I'm weird. I think it's weird that I don't fully understand the whole mechanics of all these humanoid animal people.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
There's a lot of us.
like is there a platypi people? Do they lay eggs?
Actually,
I do
yes.
not understand.
They're poisonous.
Okay.
Well, now you've spawned into existence a new NPC I need to make.
You can't stop me. We'll
They have
spawn.
venomous spurs.
Yeah.
Okay. Like real platypus. No.
Okay.
So there's a massive fight going on
In statue form, yes.
in statue form that's being depicted.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you can roll knowledge history on this, and you can see if you...
Okay, I'll roll an actual knowledge history. Ha ha!
Okay.
Do I?
So this
I have
depicts...
this too. I'm gonna do it too.
Oh, hell yeah. And Snake would already know this because, well, Nari was there.
Was she actually at the battle, or was she just somewhere around? Like,
I think she was at the battle. I think a lot of this...
Oh, fuck.
Archers.
What is
Hey!
that?
you matched him.
The student becomes a slightly better student.
I think you have some sort of memory related to this incident. Like, from your other self, your Samsaran self.
Okay.
The one who's sort of... You get visions of their different lives as they bounce off of you in the afterlife while you were sort of in hell. I don't know what that memory is specifically, but you certainly do remember the, like, this event. And, you know, this is how the monarchy claimed one of these dragons. These dragons are sort of... They're independent. They make their own little city-states. They have just armies and armies of kobolds who do their bidding, but don't actually... Like, they'd never get along with other dragons. They never get along with humans. They're just vile creatures. And, you know, this one was captured by the monarchy with the help of the daughter of this dragon, who is the dragonborn you see fighting there. And you also know that dragonborn is called the Red Lance here.
Okay.
And they are one of the most powerful individual people in the military of the monarchy. And also they have a name that I need to go find from my list of names.
The Red Lance, Dragonborn.
Does she
Oh,
shout?
it's one that's spelled weird.
Dragon. I'll put it in the Discord while you say it.
Okay.
Oh.
If it's
Roll20 fine.
spelled weird. or Roll20.
Indeed's Sunheart,
Fucking
who is the daughter of Indeal the dragon. You know that this dragon was targeted because they had formed an alliance with a green great worm, and that was sort of unprecedented and also very dangerous. And also that since then, basically every dragon has formed an alliance to try and, not get captured themselves.
Okay.
Or every chromatic dragon, anyways, on the surface.
It is like witnessing a statue to both a victory and a war crime at the same time.
All right. I think it is 6 o'clock now in this waiting room. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep
really?
on just keep pushing through.
Keep pushing forward. It's 6 o'clock at this waiting room, and a reporter comes in. It's the person who was reading the news on the TV when you're in the bar at the start of last session.
oh,
Like that half orc is here in person, as well as their camera dwarf.
Camera
That's okay.
device.
Oh wait, this is a bad time though, because this is a person who's here to interview. An Eski.
Nari is
That's okay.
probably standing and leaning on her bow as it kind of like using it as a crutch, because she's still
Okay.
a little on edge after the fight, because she wasn't expecting. She was expecting some dumb kids in a sewer, and then she almost died
Yeah.
to a golem, and then she had to dive through water and acid, and she's kind of just jittery
it was.
because she's not used to
it
this.
was- Okay.
This is bringing back old memories and racial memories. My goodness. Every great Yadath adventure has a sewer episode. Most get forgotten to history, but some are memorable.
Of course. So this reporter shows up, and they are wearing a shirt that says MMBS, Monarch Memory Broadcast Service. And so actually, they're wearing a nice suit. The camera dwarf, who has no camera, they are just literally watching very perceptively. They are the one with... Because their memory ends up going into the box.
Ah.
So... Like, they just find a person with a very high perception score, and that's your camera person.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? That person says, like, looks at your group and sort of, like, yells over and rushes towards and says, like, hello, hi there, I'm Velmstead with the Monarch Memory Broadcast Service. Can I get an interview, answer a few questions about the whole hero prophecy business?
You're talking really
Well-
fast. I don't really
Yeah,
like it.
I gotta get here before all the other reporters show up. Gotta get the story, gotta get the scoop.
And
Mike.
Nisky looks horrified. Looks at her, right? I pleasantly wave with my mask covering still on.
Okay, first question: are all three of you heroes of prophecy, or is it just the one of you? Is it just the angry lady in the
Currently,
back?
the details of said prophecy are rather well hidden.
No, okay.
It
Don't
is
want to
currently
tell, eh?
unknown.
I see what it. I got you. It like slips you like 2 gold.
I pat his hand with my claw. I have fucking lobster claw like thing, and I give it back to him, and I say, I actually do not know.
I might know
Monarch
something.
has her secrets. Oh,
As
Oh.
she sees the gold, she's like, I don't know. I might know something.
Velmstedt slips you the gold instead.
She keeps it and says, I don't know
But
anything
as
either.
he's doing so, he's like covering the dwarf's eyes.
The dwarf.
I can't put that on.
Oh, right.
So,
what does old lady Nari say?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. My memory's still kind of fuzzy.
okay.
God, this is such a
He hands you another 8 gold. Actually, he gets it from the dwarf. He's like, "Hey, can you spot me some?" Just a little bit more.
Yep, we're definitely not heroes.
No, no,
No,
but
no, we're just
none of you, or just you two aren't.
no. I'm pretty sure that we're nobody. Oh fuck. She realizes that she's being broadcast.
You're not being broadcast yet. This is just recorded.
Oh shit! You cannot have
Not
me
like
on him.
live.
You can't look at me. I can't be here. You can.
I say, oh wait, here is mysterious head covering. It allows you to be broadcast and not be found.
She puts it on. Okay.
I do have ranks in tailor, so I
Oh,
do make
neat.
clothing.
Okay. Are you just giving her your hat?
No,
Is that what's happening? Or do you have an extra
spare.
hat?
I have a spare one in case mine gets destroyed.
Okay, I like that.
So I say maybe we start over. So
Yeah, for sure.
privacy.
So you say you're not heroes? What does that mean for the future of our nation?
I do believe that it is in the monarch's hands, and she will be dispensing her wisdom and knowledge to us as she deems fit.
Wasn't
Okay.
wasn't the Red Lance the chosen one? She's still kicking,
No,
isn't
they
she?
were just. She is still kicking. She just was really good at hitting things.
Yeah, that's all you need. She was really
know,
good
you're
at
not-
it.
You're not wrong. Actually, she's supposed to be here sometime today, but I'll see if this story doesn't pan out. I'll go up and talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what? So if you find out that you are in fact a hero of prophecy, what's that going to mean for you? What's the future ahead?
Well, it will be a lot. It will be a new series of memories for me to bring down to my people, if I survive, which I very much hope I do.
Probably
Hero
won't.
business is dangerous.
Probably won't.
Yeah.
I'm not
Noah.
supposed to be this old, to be honest. It just kind of happened. I don't know how. She just kind of looks
But
down.
time does do that to us.
The races here are like fireflies sometimes. Don't worry, eternity is a long time. You'll live for some time yet.
I gotta say, this meeting is not going how I thought it would.
Well, that's because we're not heroes.
Although the
Okay.
person who's closest to hero, I point a appendage, is the hedgehog, and the woman who commands the fearsome creature.
Ooh. Okay, can I get another? Okay, the dwarf moves in real close to the hedgehog to get a good shot.
It is said that when the hedgehog is angry, it gets as strong as a full-grown man,
He can
despite being roughly a 60th of the volume.
pin you to the ground. He's
terrifying.
pretty strong.
The hedgehog can try and bite his nose.
But it's currently at like the 1 strength, so it's probably not. It needs to be frothing to get to 10.
This is going to be a surprise, but I don't have the stat sheet for. It's more for effect. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I like. Yeah, just roll the 1d20 and we'll see what the. What would it be? 1d20 minus. something?
Minus a bunch. I don't know what his stats are myself.
It would actually be 1d20 minus 2. Current.
Okay, that's not that bad.
No.
No.
Yeah, 10. You know what? For a person off guard who's just staring at a hedgehog with their nose pointed at it, I think that hits.
And it does, I think, 1 non-lethal.
1d2.
No, 1d2 minus 5.
Oh, so at least one.
So minimum 1, and I think if you go to 0, you always do 1 damage,
Oh, that's nice.
but it becomes non-lethal.
Okay. The camera dwarf jumps back and is like, is that a new story? We're gonna run with that? It's like that was assault technically.
Oh,
Is that a story?
come now.
And the the oh wait. Where's the name of the film stat says? No. Well, actually, Hey, tell you what, it won't be that story if you tell us more about what kind of grave. If you could choose a grave evil to fight, what would it be?
Mass media.
I give a hearty chuckle, and then I go one that is ultimately able to be defeated, none this seal away for 10,000 years only to spite a new generation and civilization. No?
You know what? That's the
Oh,
perfect soundbite.
Oof. That's too real.
that is a bit too real, dear barbarian.
Vilmstad says, "Okay, we got our soundbite. Let's go. A grave evil that needs to be sealed away for 10,000 years. That's scary."
Oh,
And they just book it out of the room.
You got played.
bye. Heh. Like, I'm not too worried. I just said nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, we all did. Sure.
Uh,
So
so,
I guess I wait for the attendants to actually direct us.
okay, so Godfrey has directed someone else into the room, and he comes to you and he says, "Okay, so the Monarch is kind of quite busy. It's first day and all that.
Of course.
So I'm gonna try and sneak you in for like 5 minutes between actual appointments, but I don't know if I'm gonna get that to work very well. So just sit tight, and we'll try and figure this thing out."
I have nothing but time. These two, actually, this one I point towards Nari. She is the one limited.
Can you stop talking about that?
And Neski and I are fine. I just sit down and start meditating.
Nari just gives a big
Okay.
sigh and keeps resting on her bow.
Okay, it's
If-
7 o'clock now, and the glass golem guard that you had
Mhm.
talked to in the previous session a bunch of times. who I
He owes
finally-
me $30.
Yeah, they owe you some. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yep. I wrote it down.
I've given them a name finally. They are. Wait, where is it? Where is it? They're a gnome, and they are named Riley Riddleskin.
Right.
And they are going to, or they walk into the room, not in a glass golem for once, and they like come trotting over to you, and they say, "Guess who just got their boss fired because they told that boss about some sounds in the sewers, and the boss did nothing about it."
I assume that are you now on track for promotion?
I am promotion. You're talking to the new glass golem guard captain.
Fantastic. You are a good person to know then.
And if you don't tell anyone about mostly because of the whole finding the heroes of prophecy, that's a big part of my promotion. And if you don't tell anyone about the whole, password debacle, you nearly destroying a golem, me letting you through the gate, those sorts of actions, I will give you each. Basically, my whole bonus, 300 gold each.
I swear myself to silence because that is more than I was expecting.
Nari looks like she's about to quip and then just kind of nods.
You know how Nari knows how much Vomar can make out of 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also wasn't expecting to get almost 600 gold within a day. This has been a very
Yeah.
successful venture so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Another hour passes.
Okay, I'm adding 300 instead of 30. Riley Riddleskin.
Riley Riddleskin, yes.
Okay, so I meditate. Actually, I ask for Aneski's, after we get the guard. I ask for Aneski's grappling hook, and I'm just gonna make it a masterwork one while we wait.
How expensive is that?
Oh, I can make any non-weapon or armor masterwork for just a level 2 spell in an hour of time.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I have some stuff
It's
for you
because
then.
I have the false focus. False focus.
Mhm.
so I've already spent 100 gold, and that allows me to effectively negate all material components worth under 100.
Ooh. Yeah, I also
I
have
think
some.
I can talk again.
Hooray!
Oh, good.
I also have some stuff for
Hooray.
you later.
Okay. So I just I spend the next hour kind of just slowly but surely making your hook way more sturdy and fancy.
Hooray! I'm
Uh,
just petting my hedgehog in the corner, chiding
Alright.
it for biting the reporter.
At
Okay.
least you weren't frothing.
Yes, that's important. It is now 8 o'clock, and a golem seems to zip into the room, a flying golem, and within it, like it's a sort of like a cage with like wings and golem
Mhm.
parts on it, and within it is a like an old wizardy looking lady, who has flown like into like straight through the throne room and into the dungeon. A few moments later, there's a crack of lightning, and into the room walks a demon general and an angel general. They both sit on the same bench, but as far apart as possible, like refusing to look at one another. And then a few minutes later, they walk into the courtroom, and after like half an hour, they walk out with the wizard, who, by the way, is the wizard from the first one shot, uh, who has pissed off the outsiders quite royally, and the two leave together with the with this wizard who
Is
is.
she? Sorry. Is the angel obviously an angel?
They're pretty obviously an angel.
Angels are rare, right?
They're pretty well, not in a place like this, political capital. You'll see an angel from time to time, but they're not like you wouldn't see them just walking around on the mortal plane usually.
Gotcha. As they pass, Nari says, "Hey, relative," and just does a wink. Because she doesn't really understand her heritage, but she knows it's funny, and angels usually react oddly to her when she does it.
The angel says, "Oh, hi, hello there. You're angel-blooded? How lovely. That's a wonderful thing. Hi, oh, hi.
Hey, I didn't expect you to stop.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm just looking at the outsiders and trying to figure out like where on the scale. I don't need the exact type. Just
Mhm.
where on the scale of outsiders you can use CR as a vague.
Yeah, I'd say like probably CR. I mean, they're coming down just to pick up a person, but that person has done some pretty bad stuff, and they are representing. So maybe CR 8 or
CR.
9.
Okay.
Like they're pretty
Okay,
tough.
so
but they're not
I know
like,
they're
well,
tough, but they aren't like the world is nearly ended. This is the final defender kind of thing.
No, they're not that kind of angel, but they are like pretty important.
Okay.
And apparently, the person that they're taking away has pissed them off royally enough to warrant them working together to get rid of them.
Hmm. Must have done something pretty bad.
What did he do? Since they're kind of talking.
Oh, yeah, the this one, she had this forge going. She was high up on a mountain, so it was pretty easy to summon things, and she was summoning angels and demons, locking them in circles, and then forcing them into weapons together. And those weapons would sort of retain some qualities, but the angel and the demon would never would try and keep themselves imprisoned there. They're opposite forces. They would rather spend time together in a sword than be allowed to roam free.
Oh.
So it made some strange magical weapons, kind of like corrupted, cursed. Not something you would generally want to use.
Oh, that sounds very negative towards interplanar relations.
Yeah, no, it was kind of a black spot on the history. These people were condemned by the monarchy. They made it right. They sent a golem out, grabbed up the wizard lady here, and got the whole thing sorted. Though I think a few angels of mine are stuck in the sword or something. I gotta go collect those in a bit.
Good luck.
Thank you. They give a big old thumbs up,
See you,
a
neighbor.
big old smile, like a big gleaming white. You know how that happens, and
Like the sheen.
someone makes a big smile, and then like
Like the little sparkle.
a sparkle. Yeah, that happens, and they continue on their way.
That completely went over her head.
My relatives are weird.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
She wants to know how you can shove a person inside a sword.
oh, that wasn't the angel. That was the wizard.
Oh, it is because you must understand most outsiders, their bodies are actually all just energy, and if they can be converted into energy forms and then shoved into places they shouldn't physically be able to be.
I
She
think
she
I don't know if
kind of
native
looks
outside-
at her javelin, slightly concerned.
Oh, don't worry, I've only attached a leather thong to it. It's not actually. No magic energy has been invested in your javelins.
And she's very relieved and goes back to petting her hedgehog.
Eventually,
I'm not actually sure. Aneski is a native outsider. I don't know if they're like if they're an energy being like other outsiders, or if they're actually
no,
like flesh and blood.
they're embodied because they're like a construct and a person kind of
Okay.
mashed together.
Okay, so you're not
Statue,
you're not
yeah.
just a soul walking around. You do have a body and all that.
Yeah.
You cannot be turned into a sword.
The soul was kind of like an after effect of what they did.
Mm-hmm. It is 9 o'clock, and out of the throne room walk a bunch of dwarven bards who have a letter, and they're celebrating and they're singing their songs, and they're like just very, very happy. Godfrey walks out with them, ushers in the next group, and like looks at them. He's like, "This is going to be an interesting couple of years." They just got permission to go and unsink the dwarven capital, and refound a city there.
My goodness, that is momentous news.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, the previous monarch was a mole, and they always wanted this to happen, but they were concerned about, nepotism, or whatever you would call it, giving their race a favor rather than serving their whole country equally. But now that another monarch is in place, there's no illusion of that, so they finally got their dream.
What about our dream?
It'll be interesting to see.
I'm going home.
It's gonna take a while.
That's my
that's
dream
all I
right
know.
now, sir. I'm kind of tired.
Where is home for you? I thought you were just staying in an inn, or do you have
I mean,
a place around here?
If you give us a room, that'd be great, and then just get us or something. I don't know. I'm just tired.
Okay, I'll make sure if we can't get in contact with any, we'll get you a room somewhere. Don't you worry.
Like before
But,
midnight.
I mean, the monarch goes to bed around 2 and wakes up at 4, so we'll
Just you can't be serious.
Eh,
You're not keeping us here
well,
until
this is
six.
bring your
why-
sustenance.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff. Well, I'll make sure you're covered.
She does another big sigh.
Another hour passes. It is 10 o'clock.
I'm getting sick of this,
And in
Val.
walks.
I'm getting sick of this.
And a person walks in, like dodging through the guards to do so, not like in a roguish way, but in more of like a, I want to speak to your manager, like I'm allowed to go in here sort of way. They have following with them reluctantly a camera person as well. This is who else gets a wisdom? Races.
Venara, the monkey people.
Yeah, sure. They've got a Venara camera person as well. It's a different organization on their shirt, but you recognize the extremely attentive gaze of a trained camera person. So they walk over to Aneski and they say, "I will give you 100 gold if you read this script for me right now for the commercial I am making for my great new brand of culinary wizardry snacks."
Nari starts to like slide over because she wants to read it. Not like read it for her, but just like, what does it actually say?
Oh, it's just like They're prophetically delicious.
Nari shrugs. Up to you, I suppose.
It just remember, do you want your face always associated with some random town? It will be very awkward if we're out at the tavern and people are like, "Oh, you're the magically prophetic snack lady."
You could get a better deal with somebody else, I suppose.
Oh, I know what we can do. I give her the face mask. No.
You know, in Community, the episode where like Troy meets LeVar Burton and he just kind of like zones out with that like horrified look on his face. That's what she looks right. That's what she looks like right now. She's a little overwhelmed.
Oh,
She's like, "Oh, you're not satisfied with? I will give you a sample of one of our things. This is the potion of lunch."
Nari grabs it. Downs it.
You feel very full. A bit. The Coco looks at you and says, "That's more of a sipping beverage, actually." And you feel so sickeningly full.
Oh, God. And she just starts vomiting.
is it multicolored vomit?
It might be.
No, whatever happened to the potion after it has been drunk, it is now food inside your belly, so you're vomiting up like a Thanksgiving feast.
Why would you tell me after?
You did kind of impulsively take it first.
What potion don't you down? That's false advertising. And asking you can't do this. They're liars.
Yeah.
She throws the bottle on the floor in the vomit and it shatters. Fuck this.
Oh man.
And she goes to sit down next to Vomar.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that. Thanks.
This is your loss, okay? I'm gonna find someone who will do a much better commercial than you. Goodbye.
The
And they
hedgehog
walk
starts
out.
kissing again, and she's like, she's hanging on to it as it's trying to like squirm to get away.
Oh, and then
I
she like
use
turns
this-
around. She's like, "Wait a minute, are you even the hero, or is the fucking hedgehogs the hero?" I'm getting
I
hedgehog.
use prestidigitation and clean up the vomit. I don't want
Okay.
to. I don't even know if I have a sense of smell, but I'm sure it's not what I want.
There was like a Roomba golem that was on the way over, like just slowly creeping over, like a flat Roomba that just turns around after you've already cleaned up the mess.
I am so sorry, small Roomba.
Thanks, Vo.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, I do prestidigitation around the mouth just
Thank
to
you.
clean up.
This,
vomit.
as a side story, that is not the first time he has had to clean up vomit from Nari.
And it will not be the last. Although I am wondering if I should give you a handkerchief that just detects vomit and cleans it.
Look, I don't have a problem. It's fine. And she
It-
takes
it
a
would
sip of
only-
wine.
It'd only
Okay.
be like 450.
It's fine. It's
gold.
fine.
Solve it
Coco
forever.
leaves, and another hour passes. You hear just thunderous, loud wings flapping towards the capital, and then suddenly nothing. And then in walk two people. One of them is, well, they're actually the Dragonborn from the statue. They're the Red Lance. Wait, let me get the name. Indeed's some Sunheart. Yeah, the Red Dragonborn. And beside them, in a sort of strange, it's like an armor with no gaps. It's colored red. It's got horns. It's kind of evocative of draconic imagery, but it's not like it's kind of like dragon-looking armor that is engraved in all sorts of magic-y shit. And they walk in together. And they go and sit on a bench for a bit.
Well, I
And then
am
they-
interested, but they're also, probably minding their own business.
They're kind of important. I'd rather just sit here.
If one of them sees me, I give a small but polite wave.
Okay.
And otherwise, I let my familiar actually come out of like my cloak, and I sort of just start playing like catch with rocks with it.
No.
Because
I have a
it is
meta
a
question.
cloud of rocks.
I have
So
a meta
kinda
question for
throw them.
Frosty.
Sure.
How much do I know about my
That's a great question. I don't really know what
OG?
your exact origin story is, like just on this plane. If you like fell from space, or if you were summoned by someone, or like just due to an accident they were trying to summon a demon, they came out with you instead, or
I kind of I kind of like that.
that
But,
one, or
like,
someone like I'm
someone
going to summon
accidentally
the
summons-
creatures of hell.
yeah.
Who's this lady? Oh
Yeah,
God, they're so
because-
angry.
My question is, if people are showing up who possibly knew the original like evil overlord me,
Mhm.
would I be uncomfortable? Like, would that even be crossing my mind? Like,
I
oh
think
no,
you get these memories, and you are usually unhappy with what these memories show. Like you have guilt,
Yeah.
you have regret about any of these memories that pop up. I don't. It's up to you whether or not you actually know who you were, who their role is in history, and that sort of thing.
okay,
But yeah, so that is entirely up to you. You can tell me now. You can decide later. It's all.
okay.
it's all
So
good.
then I'm like trying to edge behind the other two members of the party to be
Okay.
like, I don't want them.
All right.
Okay.
After a few minutes, it is 11 o'clock, or it's about 11:30, and the Dragonborn stands up from the bench, and it sort of like tells or grabs the one in armor by the hand and starts dragging them towards the like actual throne room, and she just like taps on the doors, and they just completely blow open, and she says, "Sorry, we got kind of a time limited thing. If this one doesn't renew their oath by midnight, they're going to explode like the 4th of July," which is a thing from a book I read. Not a...
Whoops.
Oh, explosions are I speak softly as to not interrupt the scene. Oh, oaths to keep from exploding. This is new.
You sort of grasp from both the sound of thunderous loud wings coming towards you and the actually would you have detected magic, like look at their armor or anything like that?
Oh, I would be interested. I would probably just use like spellcraft and just look. And
Yeah,
see
I
what
think
I think
I
it's
can
pretty clear to you.
non-intrusively.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's quite obvious. It's meant to be obvious, in fact, that this armor is like a super powerful geas around a super powerful being. That is the dragon. That they
Oh.
are enslaved by this armor. They are forced to behave by this armor.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Don't. I sort of point towards the armored figure. It's like, that's the dragon from the statue.
Oh wow!
Likely.
Hope she doesn't come undone.
Well, if she comes over here, we try to respectfully leave.
Yep. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that thing. I don't really want to be near it, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever tried to fight the dragon before, but that maybe in my ice pick era I was. That's how I referred to the memory black.
I don't know
the
if
ice
you'd
pick
I don't know
era.
if you'd be here, to be honest.
Well, probably not one that size.
Fair.
Maybe a smaller
Unless you're secretly the hero of prophecy, but I kind of doubt it.
one.
No offense. I don't think
Uh,
I'm an old fucking lady. Come on.
None taken, and due to the beliefs of my gods, I would prefer to not be a hero of prophecy, but a hero of my own making.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Because I want my god to remember me when all of existence ceases to exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot that talking about eternity was one of your no-nos.
It's kind of, yeah.
And she just takes another gulp and just kind of quiets down.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Eneski, you must understand that eternity is not so far away for one such as you and I.
What is that even? No. Not-
She is immortal.
Yeah.
I am functionally immortal.
Okay. Let's just sit here quietly.
I'm back to petting my hedgehog. Like,
Wow, that's a well-loved
this
hedgehog,
is
man.
too
I
deep
gotta
for
say.
me. Like, but
you like the simple things.
I like the simple things in life. Yes.
All right. An hour later, the Dragonborn and dragon walk out just fine without making any more of a scene.
So it's
I give the equivalent of a thumbs up to the Dragonborn.
And
And they give like
when they leave.
a big smile and a hearty wave back, like you're a fan.
Yeah.
Like a kind. Try and imagine All Might right now. Like My Hero Academia.
Nari's still kind of leaning on her bow, even though she's sitting down. Her bow is kind of unique. I don't know if the Dragonborn would actually remember anything, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I think the Dragonborn. I think if you brought it up, they would probably remember it, or at least be polite about it. Like, oh, of course I remember you, but I don't think they would.
They were probably busy during that.
I don't think they would recognize it well enough to be like, "Hey, you, I remember you."
Right. And
Nari,
Nara's not bringing it up. She's not going to communicate with her.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So those two walk out just fine, and as they walk out, another person walks in. They are actually, Aneski has a bit of a flashback because the person is wearing armor that Aneski once owned. Hedgehog. Oh wait, no. Oh no. Okay, yeah. You don't remember much about the armor, how you got it, or anything like that. But this armor is a very powerful relic. You know that much. This armor has protected you from a lot of things, or protected your past life from a lot of things. And it also, you have this vivid memory of flying incredibly fast, like absolutely, insanely, abnormally fast with this armor.
Can I do a knowledge history
Yeah, do a knowledge
for
history.
more information on that?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get another 20 and beat my record. That's about right.
Get right.
Yeah, that's a 3. You're pretty sure it's Elven in origin because you remember flying around the God Shade, and at the speeds you were going, even the God Shade, which is the like the
Stupidest
7
thing.
kilometer tall super tree, even that or not 7 kilometers, it's more like what was it, 5,000? It was a very tall tree. The super tall tree, you remember like whizzing around that thing. This person walks in, and they are, they're just a like human male, kind of generic looking, a little bit like young, I might say. And they are, you know that they're called the White Lance, and that they are another flying lancer, sort of high up in the military, powerful person who has this armor that allows them to. Actually, okay, you know one thing about the armor, it's called the Sonic armor. And it's not like Blue Hedgehog Sonic.
I sense a theme here with hedgehogs and Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, not intentional. It's it's very, very fast. Very, very weird armor. But anyways, they similar to almost like an apprentice, like they are trying to imitate the Red Lance. They sort of like walk in with a big old smile and some waves and like walk right into the throne room, which the doors are already blown open. So they just like walk in and they're asking like, "Hey, is anyone here? Do I have to wait in line? Am I next?" Okay.
You're probably
And doing
next.
some oaths.
You know, I do not believe we are of any major prophecy, or we might have gone first.
Yeah, I think she's lying to us. I don't know why though.
I
think we could
or
just
maybe
leave.
we're just a very minor prophecy. Like we stop like a city-wide disaster that happens in like 10 years. Like that.
Wow, amazing. I'm really
I
tired.
know,
It's
that-
like it's after midnight. I'm pretty sure.
It is exactly midnight when the White Lance walked in.
God damn it.
Don't worry, I will prepare a polypurpose panacea so you can sleep well and be sober.
I don't know what you said, but I'll take it.
It's a spell that you would know very well at this point.
Okay.
Because I think
I posted the link to it. Effectively, it is I create something and it's either like a mild painkiller, light LSD.
Oh, look at
gives you
that.
lucid
That's
dreams.
neat.
Yeah. So I can just do that. It's one of those utility spells.
Yeah.
Do we want to try and just like leave?
I don't think
I
that's
mean-
a good idea.
I believe that we might, even if we wait long enough, we might be given a fair sum of money and get told what to do, so then we can decide whether or not we want to do it. Huh? Also, I do not want to keep crazy someone who would yell, "You are the prophesized one," waiting when they have killer butlers.
the White Lance walks out, and Godfrey finally looks at you and says, "Okay, it's your turn now." And then the moment they do, another butler walks in, the Bugbear butler, who is like Bugbear is just like a really big, really fuzzy goblin.
Mhm.
They're not usually a very civilized sort, but this one seems to be. They walk in and they're like, the torturer has finally broken the kobolds. We must relay this information to the monarch at once. And Godfrey sighs and says, "No, sit back down. We got it. This first. You got it."
Fortunately, Nary
No
never stood up.
worries.
Another hour passes.
Just wake me up.
And she just
I will,
lays
I
on the
will
bench
wake you up
and curls up.
inside.
Godfrey says, "Okay, it's not going to happen today. I scheduled like a penned in actual meeting with the monarch for like 2 months from now because that's the next open slot. And in the meantime, though, just to make sure that we can find you and also
Wait,
keep you out of trouble.
She said we
you're
were
adventurers, right?
She said we were a prophecy, or she said she was a prophecy.
Yeah, I guess.
So this is just fucking. I don't care anymore. We're going in. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 fucking minutes.
And she just she looks really tired, and she just gets up and starts walking toward the throne room.
Godfrey is like, "I am not going to stop you this one time, but just if the Queen tells you to leave, I am going to. If the Queen tells you to leave, I'm going to stop you."
Well, that's fine, but at
Otherwise-
least at least we tried.
I use polypurpose panacea to wake her up.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, effectively, I give you the equivalent of a cough.
You finally get a look at the monarch, as she sits in her throne. Her crown is like a iron thing. It is huge. It is heavy. It is like it goes over her head, around her neck, and over her shoulders, even as one solid iron piece. This isn't the same crown that the mole would have worn, the previous monarch. It seems they have a special one for each monarch. But they look at that they have. Oh yeah, one thing. They are missing an arm. Their left arm is just gone. And in a world where regeneration is a pretty easy spell to use, that's not usual. But they have these eyes that look, they just see directly through you, basically. The moment they see you, it is like they have captured every piece of information they could possibly need to know about you, and then they've moved on. Like, it is uncanny. It is very unsettling, their eyes. And the monarch looks at you and they say, come very close. I will give you these 30 seconds to explain what's going on.
I shuffle as quickly as I can respectfully do so.
Oh, she dropped her bow out in the lobby, by the way. It's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did not bring a weapon into
Like,
the
she
throne
gets-
room.
Yeah, she gets you in like basically a team huddle. She drapes her giant arms over you. Giant arm, rather. Yeah. And she just says, like whispering as if she doesn't want anything to hear, she's like, I lied about the prophecy. I just saw a person who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I couldn't let the butlers cut you apart. Just
Yes.
try to stay out of trouble.
Aneski, is visibly relieved.
thank you. Have a nice time ruling, and if you need anything
Oh, but don't
relatively low level,
don't tell anyone that I said this. You need to keep playing the prophesized part, and
uh,
someday you'll do something of minor importance, and I'll say, "Look, they did it," and that'll be it.
Great.
Deal?
Can you give
Sounds
us
good.
like some work or something? I've worked for you
Uh,
before. Well, I worked for the administration before a while ago.
Uh, the queen like looks up over you, shouts, "Godfrey, uh, you have a favor with the Endless Legacy, right?" And Godfrey says yes. And then she says, "Get them a place there. Let them join that, and that'll be all solved." And the queen turns and goes off to her chambers.
Thank you.
I bow deeply, and then I respectfully shuffle back. And I guess with my character, it might be Skitter. I have weird fucking legs. Okay, if you look at the pictures involved.
Yeah, you have weird everything.
Yeah, but I have like particularly they're like almost like grasshopper legs.
Yeah, it's pretty unsettling. There's a leg like that in Spore, I think.
That's a
And,
callback.
like, I have both forward and backward knees. It's odd.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why we cover you.
yes, that's why I cover myself, because I understand living in civilization that they need that kind of thing. So
Godfrey says, I'll go get someone to send a friend of mine, and they'll come to collect you and take you to it's an adventuring guild, one of the best. They have, it was founded by one of the most ancient and powerful people in the entire monarchy, a goblin named Zip. She's easily the most powerful psychic in the history of the world.
my goodness.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'll send the person. They'll pick you up and take you there. Make sure you have a place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If
And
it will
then-
take more than an hour, I will put my friend to restful sleep.
Okay. It is 1:30 in the
God
morning when in walks a halfling with red hair and orange pajamas. They are followed by a golem that moves with a strange fluidity that you've never seen. Like they look like a person dressed up as a golem almost, because they are moving so non-robotically. He looks like he is as sleepy as you are. He comes immediately to you, and he says, and when I say halfling, I'm not talking about like short person with hairy feet. I'm talking about like they look like a young human, basically. More like a kid than a
Yeah, that's a halfling.
like a hobbit.
Yeah, hobbits and
Yeah.
halflings are different.
Yeah. And they say, "So you're the new hires?" It's a weird time for a call. I'm gonna.
When the monarch says something, it happens.
Yeah,
I
that's
give
true.
the equivalent of a shrug.
That's showbiz. I'm gonna. They look so tired. They're still wearing pajamas. They
Oh, I could give you a bit of a pep.
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be up all day, up all night if I have too much pep. I'm
Okay.
gonna. Hey, Bulwark, can you carry me? And the golem just picks up Autumn. The Autumn being the small boy, and Bulwark being the big golem. Just like picks up the golem like a child and begins carrying them. Say, let's go. We're going back to the Endless Legacy. I'll get you your room, and we'll talk about more stuff in the morning.
All right.
And so they do. They just sort of walk over to a guild hall.
Now, have any of you been? I know Nari was part of. Were you ever part of a guild? I don't know.
That's a good question. Frosty.
I don't know. Were you part of the guild?
Probably not this one, just for...
Oh no, not this one. But they're,
you know
like
what?
guild work is nice. It's reliable, but it's also less like profitable.
I'm gonna say she collected groups and worked with groups, but she didn't ever Formally,
so she was
yeah, she was a freelancer. She didn't formally enter
Okay.
a guild, other than working with the administration for the dragon incident.
All right, that sounds good. So this guild is called the Endless Legacy. Now, the front entrance of the guild hall seems to be a waiting area with tables and a bar, but also a wall that is absolutely covered in posted bounties and quests and things. The light is on, but the sign says closed, and Bulwark has to unlock the door. Inside, it seems completely empty, though one table has a open bottle of wine, next to which is what at first you think is like a toy figurine or something, but is in fact a gnome that is even further reduced in size. The gnome is lifting a few drops of wine out of the top of the bottle towards his open chalice, but Bulwark opens the door and startles him, and he loses concentration, and a little drop of liquid makes a very tiny mess on the table.
Oof.
And he says, "Oh, hi
A
there,
tragedy.
new people. Yeah, right. This wine is some of the most expensive stuff you can find, though. Of course, for my habits, it's 1/64th the price it would be for your habits, wouldn't it?"
Ah,
She just laughs and raises her mug. It's almost always in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
She's living her best life.
hashtag blessed.
She drinks.
This small gnome says, "The name's Crisp Abel. Nice to meet you. Wait, is that a magic cup?"
Yes, I repaired it. It is a useful little thing.
Keeps me
Oh, neat.
stable.
I love
It keeps her addiction demons fed.
That's what you say.
it. Okay.
And we're allowed to disagree, but you see, I did not take any cup away from you. I, in fact, repaired it.
And I took a pick out of your head, so you know.
Quid pro quo.
I think you already have the most colorful backstory of anyone in the whole guild. Thank you. This is good. Yeah. Wait, so is that what kind of magic makes the wine better that you pour in, turns water into wine? What kind of...
No, it has an amount per day, unfortunately. It's usually enough.
Wait, it just makes wine?
Yeah.
Is it the same vintage every day? Different vintage?
I think it's the same. It's pretty good. You want some?
This is up to you. If you want it to be the same every day, or if it's like new, or if you request something even.
Maybe she probably hasn't questioned it, so that's up to you. It's
Okay.
you gave me this magic item.
I mean, you asked for this magic item.
I asked for
It
a
is up to you to
specific
design.
magic item, and you made it something different.
That's fair. Okay, it produces a different vintage every time, but it's always a very good quality.
Okay.
And it's always sort of what you're in the mood for. It seems to attract the user
Okay, let me.
and what they would be in the mood for, what they're tired of. Crisp is fascinated by your cup, but I suspect you're quite tired, so...
Well, I guess I was given a pep.
I-
I don't know if the others need sleep.
I do, but I also have like 16 con, so I can probably do a little more without sleep.
Sleep is good.
Sleep is good.
Crisp says, I've had adventuring wine before, like wine from a cup that produces infinite wine. It's usually quite bad, but you seem like a connoisseur. Would you mind giving me just the tiniest drop of that?
Sure.
He holds out his, he just sends a hand forward and a tiny little scoop, picks up a little bit of water, or a little bit of wine out of your open cup.
Mm-hmm.
This is that rare cantrip, by the way, scoop.
Mhm.
And it pours into his own chalice, and he has a little drink, and he's like, that's actually really good for infinite wine. I'm impressed.
If I was able to get drunk, I might appreciate my creation more.
Oh, you're missing out, my friend.
I lack the necessary organs.
Well, we'll be sure to have some
Well-
more in the morning.
Some more organs? Because
What?
Oh,
Belgium
no.
can do that for you, but I don't
I
think...
meant the wine. How much have you had? Maybe we shouldn't.
You know, you might be right. And uh, the crisp uh, closes the cork on his with a mage hand, sips the last of his, and then picks himself up with the mage hand because he weighs
under
that little.
5 ton. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you know, you're probably right. It's late. So I'll just go to bed. And he disappears down into the basement. This building is not huge, so if there's a lot of adventurers here, you don't know how exactly they're stationed. But
Magic.
Oh,
Autumn gestures down and says, "Well, the beds are in the crypt down below."
A crypt?
It's the name of the thing. It's magic. Oh, it's you'll get it.
yeah. Well,
Oh no.
I follow him.
The lower floor is kind of empty. It looks like an unfinished basement, sort of. But on one wall, there is just a hole, basically. And the location of this hole, it should be going just straight into the sewer, but it's not. And there's distant lights in it, leading you down one, like, there's a light at the end of one path, but it splits and branches a bunch of times, just from what you can see already. And Autumn says, "You just go in and follow the lights. It's already got rooms built for you. We'll talk to you in the morning, probably." And they disappear down a unlit hallway.
Well,
Well,
yep.
This seems legit.
we are now given. We are now able to enjoy one of the services of a premium adventure guild. It is not too bad. We were freelancing for cats before.
That cat money was pretty good, though.
It was probably the best cat money I will ever see.
Mhm.
But I find a room.
So
And-
basically,
yeah.
you walk into this place and you continue to go the same, like as you each follow the lights, you go maybe not very long. It's maybe a 30-second walk, but it will be a long hallway. And then at one point, the lights, like each of you is just walking a different direction suddenly, even though you're all following the light, as if the light is different for each of you.
Uh-oh.
Intriguing.
Hmm.
I don't like that.
Must be. I just keep going forward. I'm not too worried.
Okay, congratulations on your bravery. You've got a really nice room.
I'm gonna study it later, but first, I'm gonna find a nice corner of the room and then curl myself into a small ball and sleep. I don't care about any bed or anything.
Like a
I
fucking
just,
cat.
or like half cat, half just like one of those insects that just sort of
Ball up.
folds in on itself.
Okay. The rooms are actually really nice. They're fully furnished. They're not like they don't have windows and they don't seem to be like specifically built for you, but they seem to be just generally nice rooms.
Actually,
That's-
I realized that.
They like have a door.
Are
with
there
a wall.
posts that I could put up a hammock on?
Yeah, I think the bed has like posts on it and maybe the door frame as well.
Okay. Actually, no. I'll just I'll find a nice corner, throw a blanket over myself because I don't need to breathe. So I'll just create like a kind of a blanket fort over myself and just fall asleep.
Okay. And the rest of you also find quite similar rooms, quite nice accommodations.
Nice. I cuddle my hedgehog.
Okay.
I love my hedgehog.
All right. So this is the screen you're on right now is the social map, which is a thing I'm doing
Oh.
where I have like names and pictures for all of the characters, so you can kind of
Oh.
keep them, and like what part of the world they're from, or like where you will interact with
You
them.
were mentioning Black Butler before. Is that Black Butler?
That's Black Butler, the very handsome lad. That's God.
Yeah, gotcha.
Let's see. And I can also show you this map layer.
Since we're about
Actual name of the
halfway in, do you mind if we take a quick break?
Oh yeah, go for it. I think this is a good stopping point or a good
I'm gonna make
break
more
point.
tea.
Yay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you're taking the time to write things in the social map. This is exactly what I wanted.
Hmm?
Writing things in the social map is exactly what I wanted from it.
Good.
Warframe ripoff? I don't know about that.
Look at that picture. If it had an energy sword, it would be Warframe.
Okay, yes, but on the other hand, you know how hard it is to find pictures of like a golem that isn't a robot? It's kind of hard. Not like that hard, but I did what I could.
Okay, I've added quotations around the Warframe.
Well, thank you, I appreciate
What the fuck? What? Well, it's Tiny's drunk. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. A Warframe ripoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys can write whatever you so choose on this page. It's important to have your notes on these people.
Why is life a nightmare?
It's not
Probably because
like
it's
I'm
song
just
lyric.
a kid. It's a song lyric.
Oh, okay.
We can change it.
No, it's fine. Kinda Nice does fake prophecies. Use opportunities to rise up ranks. That's pretty good. I like it. I like this little board.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. Actually, there's more people I need to add to the monarchy one, like the dragons and the whatnots.
I guess only adding the people we interact with is fine for now.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Good.
The gang's all here.
I made tea. Lavender
That's good.
tea.
Okay, first question. Do all of you have a ring of sustenance or just two of you?
I don't think I have.
I don't think any of us
one.
have it.
None
Wait,
of us
you
have it.
Oh, I
No.
thought you all got them at the start.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it turns out I can't make rings. I can make other things of substance.
Okay.
But no, once we get our big first paycheck, that might be one of the first things I get.
All right. So you guys get to sleep in. You don't like wake up 2 hours at 4 in the morning and have to figure out what to do with yourselves. That's a good feature.
I leave most of my spell book unmemorized because I don't really know what we're doing today.
What tomorrow brings is always a mystery. You all wake up. It's probably around like 10, so you're a little bit late to the party, but you did wake up, so that's good. And I think you probably find each other in the hallway, like in the crypt's hall, before you just wander out. That
Sure.
makes sense? Okay. Let me think. I think in the basement you are met by a strange being.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the description I have of them.
Good.
Okay. Because it's a long one, because that makes them a good NPC. It takes you a while to process what you're seeing. The creature in this room is so horribly flesh-warped, there is no telling their original race. Their face is completely featureless. No nose, no eyes, no mouth. An array of bug antennae and cat whiskers seem to give the creature some sense of where you are. The creature's torso is armored like a turtle shell, but it's not colors you'd expect from a turtle shell. It's much brighter than that. Where you would expect arms, there's just dozens of long, thin tentacles that end in chitinous tools like little tweezers and scalpels. Each of their legs is a single gigantic centipede. Both of them bend back along the floor, so this creature's whole body looks like a cobra rearing up. And at the end of each centipede leg, bizarrely, is a normal human foot in a sandal, just dragging limp behind. The creature gives you a moment to soak in this appearance.
I nicely wave at it. So finally, someone who understands good sense.
Then 100 holes open in their otherwise featureless face, and they inhale with such force you can feel the air around you move. And then they say in a voice that lacks a clear origin from their body, "Ooh, 3 fascinating creatures to examine. What a blessed day.
I
Allow
don't
me
like
to
this.
introduce myself. I'm Amalgam. It sounds kind of like Malcolm, but it's actually derived from the root word amalgamation. which comes from the root sentence, "I will not allow my penguins to be added to this amalgamation of body. Get out of my zoo."
Nari just kind of
wonderful.
Nari says very quietly to Vo, because Vo's slightly ahead of her. The fuck am I looking at?
You're seeing someone who, it seems like you are a true connoisseur of fleshcraft.
I learned from the best, and I think you're a Udathian, aren't you? I recognize that savory scent anywhere.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, I have done some flesh warping myself, especially when I was creating my first spawnlings. But
that's lovely. That's lovely.
I've never seen one on the surface. So
I'm afraid you haven't today. My trainer was a Udathian, but I am not. I was once some other race. Don't worry about it.
This seems like a crime.
And then they look at Nari and they say, "What are you? Not Tengu-blooded, nor are you Werekin. Are you some kind of tiefling?
I'm
Maybe
uncomfortable."
I have that effect on people sometimes, but they find eventually they get used to me and they find my services irresistible.
I don't know about that.
She's kind of... She stays as far away as she can without being too rude.
And this thing sort of like leans past the other two to look at Aneski.
Mm-hmm.
And say, "Not human. Interesting. Oh, an outsider. I rarely get to practice my art on outsiders. Oh, this will be a good couple of years, I think."
Oh no.
I assume that you are mostly stationed here then.
Of course. Yes, I work with the administration of this particular organization. Oh,
it is wonderful that they are so open-minded to allow the practice of flesh warping.
And I couldn't find a picture that actually looked anything like what I was describing, but here's a very creepy picture. Yes, well, I'm part of...
That's good as on that.
The guild leader here, Zip. She runs a sort of an immortal order, as it's called, that helps us deal with the inevitables when they come a-knocking. So I've come to enjoy her company, and she's come to enjoy mine over the many years.
Ah.
And at any rate, I haven't set up my shop quite yet for the day, but... I haven't set up my shop for the day, but once I do, you can come see me anytime, and I can show you some of the more basic options I have for the flesh warper, or the flesh warping.
Oh, do you have extra Yadath limbs?
I don't at the moment, no. And another adventurer came by about a month back and took most of them. But
that is
I'll keep
unfortunate.
an eye out for you. I'll keep an eye out for you. I do have other regular limbs, though.
Oh no! But if I lose a finger, I'd rather not wait the 5-10 years to regrow it.
Of course, understandable. You'll probably want to go talk to anyone else. If I'm getting the right vibe from what did you say your name was back there? He's looking at Nari.
She just kind of stares.
Her name is Nari.
Okay, lovely name. I'm going to... And he sort of, like, goes towards the... my lab is in the tunnels here, so if you want to find me, just ask the crypt to direct you.
Oh, wonderful. I was wondering how sentient this place was.
It's reasonably. Understands a couple of commands anyway, so it's going to take you to public rooms, but the private ones, only the person themselves can lead you there.
Sensible security precaution.
I agree.
Now, how do I get back up to, I guess, the main area?
Oh, just say outside and follow the light.
Outside, please.
And the lights go from pointing towards your room to pointing the other direction as you slip past this creature in the hallway.
Damn right she does.
The basement is still mostly empty. It's an unfurnished basement, but above you can hear the sounds of people eating breakfast and
It is so wonderful that adventuring groups actually embrace the almost lost art of flesh warping, or at least lost on the surface. Like, my character is completely unfazed by this. You guys can definitely be like, why are you so unfazed?
I think Nari understands that, you know, he's creepy. The other thing's creepy.
That's racist.
Hey, never said she wasn't.
As you enter the... Oh, 1 second.
As you enter the 1 sec, oh no. Initiative.
Yeah, everyone roll initiative to see who gets the best breakfast platter.
Oh boy. I'll roll for
Everyone
that.
jumps into line and... Yeah. Let's see. You enter the common area once more. There's a smattering of other adventurers there.
Okay, I have to roll because you both rolled terribly. And here we go with a 1. Nope, kicked your asses.
Okay. Everyone but Nari starves to death.
Nailed it.
Okay. Okay, Frosty, I'm bringing in my Master Summoner character.
Oh no. Never mind. You're Yadathi and you regenerate from hunger.
And engage in jolly cooperation.
Okay. The biggest person in this room is they're a human who has been enlarged. That much is clear to you. And they seem to also be the first to notice you, which is kind of surprising considering they're blind. They look down on you with just this big, warm, caring smile, which is almost as big as the massive gash in their face where their eyes should be. They have a massive sword on their back that is just bound in these drow texts, like almost like imagine cloth wrapped around it, and that cloth all has sacred writing on it.
What's the general gist of it? I know drow.
No, it's just like seal this sword's power, let its hunger consume nothing.
Okay.
Like that sort of,
Holy seals, yeah.
Yeah.
Religious seals.
Yeah. And then, let me... she's the catches your attention first, or you catch her attention first, she says. I need to come up with a voice for this character, don't I? Nah, fuck it. She says, hi there.
I
You must be my hires.
I give a clawful wave, and I say, very new, like less than probably 10 hours.
Oh, wonderful then. How was your sleep? I moved some of the furniture around in there to get the rooms ready, but...
Well, thank you very much. Oh yes, my name is Volmar.
That's a great name.
Ydathian. Just so that there are no future surprises.
Yeah, nope.
I unfurl my clawed hand at Nari and allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Nari, and I got my breakfast right here.
And she just raises her mug.
Frosty, is it possible for me to have had like added basic nutrients to whatever?
I like that idea. I like that.
That's brilliant.
Like, effectively, I've dipped a few Flintstone vitamins. It doesn't affect the taste, but it just allows you to like not have brittle bones.
No, sorry. Are you saying you altered this magic item to do so, or are you saying every morning you try and find a time to slip Flintstone vitamins into it?
I probably decide on the more permanent solution. I'm very long-term solution, folks.
Yes, that would make sense. All right. Does Ineski introduce herself or her hedgehog?
Yes. She introduces herself and Paul the hedgehog.
Paul, that is a great name for a
Paul
hedgehog
the
and a
hedgehog.
great hedgehog. I am. Okay, I took this name because it was a nice spelling. Like, I liked the look of it. I don't know how to pronounce it now.
Okay.
Buzu? Buzu?
Yuzu.
Buzu.
Lay it on us.
It's Bu. Oh, I can type it in chat too.
Yeah.
Buzu.
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 You know what? That's perfectly Buzu.
And that is, in fact, an edited picture of Zarya. Apparently, it's
What?
hard to find a picture on Pinterest of a like a face with its eyes cut out.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Come on. That's bullshit.
Yep.
There's
I know,
no
right?
fucking way. Did he go on, DeviantArt?
I went on Pinterest.
You should try DeviantArt if you want eyes with cut marks. I'm sure you'll find too many.
I haven't thought about DeviantArt in years.
It's still there, and it's still deviant, I guess.
There.
I'm
I
sorry.
decided to do a very wrong version of Zarya's name.
Perfect.
Zaria. The piece of the pasta.
And I assume that you are one of the both. You help with the guild, and you also help chop things in half.
I do both of these things, yes. I'm part of the administration here, but I go on more missions than the other two. I'm really more of an adventurer at heart, but my particular skill set doesn't work very well with others. And that's not like an edgy thing where I don't get along with others. I love people. It's just they have a hard time fighting while I'm fighting.
It takes strength to recognize one situation.
That is very true. I like you.
Now, so we have already met Malcolm, lovely fellow.
Oh yeah, he's he could be a bit scary sometimes, but he means so well. He's tried to repair my eyes so many times now. I keep telling him, no, I don't need them, but oh, he's a darling.
You said the other two. Who's the other administrator?
That would be Zip, the founder. A little goblin sprints past through the middle of your conversation like a little goblin, like a goblin kid. And then following them is three other people. One of them introduces themselves. They're a human with a swept back mane of red hair. She introduces herself as, well, she speaks like a normal character would. She says, "Oh, you must be the new hires. I'm Lionheart." And this is a female, despite that voice.
Lionheart.
Care Bear?
Lionheart, yeah. Oh, they do not understand Care Bear.
Her teeth almost poke past her lips, and her red hair it looks like a mane, like a lion's mane, kind of. Just a little bit. You get that sense.
Is she an orc?
No, she is she looks kind of elven, actually. You can roll knowledge look like.
Knowledge.
Oh,
not
yes.
for me.
Fool, I am true. I am the true knowledge king.
No, that's pretty good.
Literally every knowledge is at least plus 11, so.
You have studied some of the stranger physiologies out there, as you are a strange physiology yourself.
Yep.
And you recognize that this is it's kind of hard to recognize them in their normal form, but they don't seem to be hiding their form. They're not trying to suppress any features.
This is Skinwalker?
This is, yes, a
the
were
Lionheart. Yeah, the
or
were
a
type.
were lionkin, technically.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you are. I don't say in my head. Of course, I'm thinking, my goodness, this is a Tumblr playground. But that's fine. I go, oh, how wonderful, and I assume Zip just zipped by?
You would not be wrong. Allow me to introduce my friends. This is Drip Drop. She points to the small. This is not the same goblin that just zipped by. This is a separate goblin.
Okay.
They are they make no noise to you. They stare at you with judgment. They are heavily scarred and like tough, and they look. You could imagine that they're maybe they have some hobgoblin ancestry. Hobgoblins being the bigger, stronger Underdark variant of a goblin. They are like a very tough goblin. Is the premise you get?
Okay.
Narvi gives her as much of a smile as she can with the beak.
And then next to Drip Drop is Wog Harad. And
Jesus Christ, man!
Walker on.
The fuck is that?
And Wog Harad is
What is that picture? What is the original picture? Do you still have it?
supposed to be a big scary orc.
That's supposed to be an orc. What the fuck?
I love it.
But I love it.
They just turned out so happy looking. I couldn't find them down.
He's like, yeah, I'm doing it.
They've been smiling. Wog Harad has been smiling this whole conversation, and they are like, "Oh my, you're my best new friends. Hello, hi there. I'm Wog Harad. Wog Harad. That's the one.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so well. I'm making new friends. Oh God, am I blowing this?
You're doing great.
We're never gonna be best friends. I'm blowing
You're
this
doing
now.
You're doing fine.
Okay, that's.
Don't worry, you aren't half as awkward as she is.
Oh,
I
is
point
that?
towards Nari.
Oh, that's a little mean. I just woke up.
That seems like a very mean thing to say, but I appreciate that you are friends who've known each other for a long time and share that kind of banter. And the orc is like, almost has a tear in their eye.
Does he have any? What is he doing currently? Like, is he sitting
just sort
down?
of standing
Is
there,
he...
like hands, like they have walked into the room sort of behind you, so they're standing still.
Oh.
He's got his hands like folded together close to his chest. He is a precious creature, and I love.
Are there any cups nearby?
Probably, yeah. It's a breakfast. Room
She grabs
right
a
now.
cup and pours him a drink.
Thank you for the drink. You're a true friend, and I will never forget this opportunity you've given to me
Enjoy it.
to drink this wine. I will. I will savor it forever.
No, just for
I
today.
take like the smallest.
I mean, I think it lasts.
They take like
I've never let it. I haven't tried storing
they take like the smallest sip, and then they like, I'll put the rest of this in my room to save, and they walk away.
it. Oh, well, let's solve that.
And then it's time for you to meet the last NPC.
Good.
Who is Zip. Zip, the little goblin that has run past you, has apparently had their fill of breakfast and runs back to you. And they're clearly under the effects of a haste spell. They are a small goblin. They are like maybe probably like 8 in human years. Like whatever kids reach their hyperactivist point. They are that level of hyperactive. They've got haste applied to them. They are a goblin. They're the perfect storm of like speed and annoyance. They like circle around you now. They're like, "Ooh, what are you? What's that?" They're like pointing to Vomar's various bits. Like, "What's that?" And they're like tugging on one of Nari's feathers. Like, "Are you a Tengu with like cool hair?"
She
then
summons her
they're, like-
bow and just gives it to him.
Oh boy, thanks. This is cool. Is this made of your soul? What is this? Who is what? They're like trying to figure
She
it
just
out.
watches.
Like-
Do not worry. I usually operate at a slower pace. But I will try to speed up for you.
She's can't hear you because she's playing with the hedgehog right now, or like putting her finger near the hedgehog and like taking it back whenever the hedgehog tries to bite her. I assume the hedgehog.
Because
will bite her.
obviously the hedgehog is
Yeah.
trying to bite her
Hedgehog's pissed
because
all the
my
time.
hedgehog is a monster.
It doesn't need to be.
I don't know. It just it feels right. It's
Well, maybe it's nice until you rage, and then it just is like for an hour after it's just surly.
I kind of get the feeling that this hedgehog, right? Like when it rages, it's really like successful with fighting, and when it doesn't really comprehend that when it's not raging,
Oh, I like that.
it's not the same level of strength. So
It
it's
thinks
just
that
like,
it is. It thinks that its strength is its own and unrelated to you.
exactly.
Yeah, I like that. So after Zip has run her circles around you for a bit, you see her run towards a wall. Says, she like looks at some bounties. She's trying to pick one out just for you, and then she comes back. She's like, "How strong are you, anyways?"
We're the chosen ones, apparently.
Don't go around spreading that kind of information.
Oh, you're the. Wait a minute! I saw you on TV. They like point at a box in the center of the or in the corner of the room, and you, as you look at it, you feel the memory of that camera dwarf washing over you, and you are seeing Vomar saying like the thing he said with the whole "you're sealed away for 10,000 years," all that, and like there's just a whole bunch of fear mongering going on.
My
Like
goodness.
you are very thankful that you were in that veil for that whole time when you were talking, Nari, and then a second later, it's like it zooms back out to like a still frame of before they had talked to you, and it's like you not in
Motherfucker!
in the veil.
She's so,
Oh,
she had
we might have to go on long-term mission then.
she had taken her bow back and it just snaps in half in her hand.
I'm gonna kill that fucking dwarf.
You must understand, murder is usually not permitted.
It's permanent, though.
Now, if we... yes. If we can find a way that he's connected to some kind of cult, then we can murder him. That's what the
planting evidence. I like it.
Metawise, sprinkle some crack on him.
Oh man. So Zip says, "I have a great team building exercise for all of us to do together, and it's going to be fun. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay."
Yes.
And then she snaps her fingers, and you are not where you were a second ago.
Great.
Ooh.
You haven't
She is
teleported.
a super powerful psychic.
Yes. You find yourselves in a very, like a very bright, very abstract room. It makes no real sense. It doesn't look like anything you've seen. It's not created out of stone. It just seems to be some gray material. In this map, the height is represented by the lightness. Like, so the white place you're on is an area of high ground, and the dark pits are trenches, that sort of thing. You hear her voice booming out, and like behind it, some sounds of the crowd. And she's like, "Okay, we're gonna do a sparring match. You guys gonna fight to the death. It's gonna be great. 3, 2, 1, go."
Poke me with the
Actually, I'm gonna the walls, like this orange wall, just vanishes for a second, and you get a brief glimpse of the other team you're fighting, which is oh shit, I forgot. You see those three, and then she's like, "Oh wait, no wait, you guys can take your positions as you choose. One sec." Wait, no, they're on. Where did I put them on? Map? Whoops. Yeah, they all layer.
You're removing those, okay?
Yeah, the walls go back up for a second. She's like, "Okay, pick the positions you would actually want for fighting." Are you right?
I poke myself and her with a wand of mage armor.
Okay, it does not actually expend a use.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whoa, where are you? What's going on, huh?
We're probably in someone's mind.
If we're getting ready, I would like to start raging, and so would Paul.
All right.
I think Paul is legally obligated to rage when you rage, but
and I cast heightened awareness on myself. And Actually, how long do we? Oh, okay. So we're positioning.
Yeah,
right?
you guys get a few minutes. Like you get not a minute, but a couple of rounds to do this.
Let's see.
Let me
Where the
get
fuck
my-
is the ruler? There it is. What the fuck is my...
Oh, Alexandra,
Yes.
if you double click your character icon, or if you like single click it and you notice there's like a settings cog,
Yes.
you can, in one of the orders, you should put 10 feet and mark the square button. And that shows you where you can attack from, because you have the bardige. So you can attack up to 2 squares away.
Oh, that's so cool.
Frost, I'm also casting Gravity Bow.
All right.
And I don't have any other spells.
And I'm casting invisibility on myself.
Good trick.
Okay.
Because, yeah. So I'm going to add a little ninja mask
You
to
know what?
myself.
I'll move over there.
I'm going to have my invisible familiar behind you, aiding another your actions.
Are you gonna rush forward, Alexandra, or are you gonna stay here? Because I can attack from
probably make more
range.
sense for me to rush.
Because you can go as far forward as this orange line,
I
basically.
can't see the orange
To
line.
start.
Oh, can't see the orange line.
You
Nope.
can.
It was there. It's not there now.
And
Like
I'm
here.
going to move
Can
up
you see
to
this?
around where the orange line...
Used to be.
Oh, that's on
was?
GM info. Okay. There, it's
Oops.
doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So,
Woo. Oh,
Because you can still take the whitest high ground and the darkest trenches. And also, yeah.
Oh, do I get a high ground bonus? I do get a high ground bonus.
yes,
I
you do.
forgot. I was making a divinity joke, but it's true.
It's a lot less than the
It's
Divinity
what, plus
high ground
1?
bonus. Plus
Plus
2.
2. Okay.
And so let's see. I am invisible. I'm also going to cast shield on myself. So now I actually have a great deal of armor. Just wait,
Okay.
wait till I can cast haste on you guys.
Ooh, I can't wait for that. Big buffs.
Big buffs.
All right.
I'm ready.
Zip's
I like-
voice rings out and
Big
says,
buffs, I cannot lie.
Team Unnamed New People versus Team Sweet Flips. Begin.
Sweet flips. What?
There-
Are they pancakes?
No, they all have crazy high acrobatics scores.
Flapjacks.
Roll for initiative.
Okay. I'm going to
Alright.
expend my heightened awareness and...
Ah, fuck.
Ow.
Going last, folks. She was too busy thinking about pancakes.
Oh yeah, I should activate both mage armor
Okay.
and shield.
You do. Okay. Uh, 13 is...
Hey guys, I'm almost a tank.
That's what I said last time.
I actually have 20. I have 22 armor class right now.
I'm ahead of you
so-
by 2.
Yeah, 12. Flying high.
I'm also invisible, so
That is really good at not getting
Help.
hit, is by being invisible.
And all I'm gonna do is be like an escape. I'm gonna do the aiding actions because that doesn't
Mhm.
break
No,
invisibility.
it's not
And
offensive.
then, if needed, I can throw people into pits and shit like that.
Okay. So the first to go is Drip Drop, and they do not move. The second to go is Wog Harad, and they also hold back for a second. It is Ineski's turn.
Okay. So we're not gonna try and
This looks suspicious.
yeah.
Why don't you hold back too?
Yeah.
You could ready. You can rage and then ready an action
Well,
with your.
I am already raging, so I will ready ready in action. If they come running at us, I'll poke them.
That's a good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
And I am gonna cast guidance
Ooh,
on bird person
I don't know what that does.
Nari. You can effectively in the next minute you can just give +1 to one of your rolls, one of your d20 rolls.
Oh, that's a fucking level 0 spell, isn't it?
Yep.
Hey, that's fine.
Wow, you are really about this spell economy, eh?
Oh hell!
These spell slots are expensive.
I also didn't prepare most of my spells for like fighting today.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't think we were going to be, but I have some base fighting spells. So
Okay.
He's working with what he's got.
Are you like so bad off? Are you like so bad off that you would want to?
oh no.
Things happen.
Okay.
Oh, I have almost no damage spells anyway.
Okay.
And then
And
this
That's
is what
Vomar's
Simon
turn.
did.
Then it's now Lionheart. So Lionheart begins a bardic performance.
Oh.
Another thing you notice is that Lionheart is fully transformed into her more lioness aspect. And what that means is her mouth is more like snout-like, but she actually looks more majestic than ever. Like her charisma has gone up.
Yep.
Because
Yes, that's what happens with Lionkin. It's
yeah, Were Tigerkin are fucking great. Also, it's technically Were Tigerkin, even though she is lion. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
It's
matter.
fine.
It's reflavored. So she begins her bardic performance. Spire's competence, I believe, is the one. Or
Yep.
competence, one of those two. The +1 to attack and damage, and the other two begin their turns. Drip Drop begins with a blast of water aimed at, let's say,
remember, there's only 2 viable targets.
yeah, I remember. They are going to charge up for their move action. They're going to launch a pushing extended blast at Aneski.
Ooh, okay.
They're probably taking a burn there.
They're taking a burn there.
Kinetics is so weird.
Burn 1. I know, right?
It's weird.
It has to. I assume this is a physical blast.
This is a physical water blast.
Okay, it take against AC 18.
That's a 17.
Oh shit!
The water blast does not quite connect.
Woo!
A little too far.
You hear... Actually, no, you don't hear anything. They're edgelord goblin. And Wog Harad is... He looks heartbroken at the fact that they're fighting now. And he's
I gave
going
you
over in his...
wine.
He's like, wait, are you not going to be friends with me if I fight you? But maybe you're not going to be friends with me if I don't let you prove your might. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. And he just charges in. He's going to try and make it over that jump directly.
And he lines up the jump. How deep are these ditches?
They're about 5 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
Same with the height is about 5 feet high. It's a 20 on his...
Yep, he can jump. He can jump across.
Ta-da!
And then I'm not sure how...
You can then do a second acrobatics check. As long as it's part of the same move action, you can use acrobatics as part of your move
Oh, so you're doing a double
So he
move?
started here.
Can you...
So he can actually charge that distance.
he can charge, but he has to make 2 acrobatics checks to do so.
Easy. He's part of Team Sweet Whips.
That is enough. Horizontal jumps are relatively easy. And Eski does get an attack because she readied one.
Yes, go for it.
Hit him hard!
Kick his ass.
See, Bass?
Wait, do you get a ready to attack and an attack of opportunity? So,
Yes.
Go
Because she
for it.
spent her standard act. So you actually get to hit him twice as
That's
he
pretty
just
great.
moves
Oh
in.
yes. Oh yes. Let's
I don't know who to.
Most people don't. You usually don't get to ready an attack. So.
If
Okay.
is there ranged flanking?
Yes, but it's a teamwork feat.
Ah, fuck. I was hoping that if you were beside him, I would count as flanking or some shit. I don't know. I'd have to be down there. Never mind. It's easier being up here anyway.
Now, I don't know if flanking like if I just go around him and don't actually attack, am I still
He's
flanking?
technically
I don't
flanked.
think so. Unless you're making a move that would actually impede his
Oh
his
shit!
movement.
Alexander, reroll that last one because it might be a crit.
Ooh.
You have a name.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh.
Shit.
So so does a 19 hit,
And 19, absolutely.
and then that's a critical.
Okay,
So-
so
It's ×2 critical. So
Give me-
whatever your weapon damage roll is, you could put a bracket at like just before the 1d whatever, and a bracket after the damage, and then do *3. Because effectively, it's like you hit him with 3 attacks.
okay.
Unless you want to roll each attack individually, which is fine.
Whoa, he's down.
Okay.
Whack!
He's fucking down. He's
Okay, he has 31 health and can continue fighting at negative 14 hit points. He still dies in 1 hit.
2 hits actually.
Well,
So
2 hits, yeah.
you probably like knock him. He jumps. You like sweep him off his feet, and then you just fucking.
He nails the
Slam him.
landing, looks so fucking proud. He does like a superhero landing pose before getting his axes up to fight you, and then is just swept off his feet and decapitated.
Aneski and her hedgehog scream.
Came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfuckers.
You hear Lionheart did he just like looking back at her goblin companion? He just ran in there. How the fuck he did?
Leroy Jenkins.
You hear the crowd of other adventurers, including Zip, all like screaming with delight. And then a moment later, you hear Wakarad in the crowd like, "Woo!" All right.
You see, Alexandra getting you a weapon with 19 to 20 crit was nice.
Okay. It is now whose turn? Neski's turn.
I never got a turn.
No, wait,
Yep.
I've ridden a Neski twice. Yep.
Thanks.
Nari,
So
your turn.
let's see. I'll do a full attack. So I get. Can you try your aid action there, Ian?
Oh, yes. My.
Can you aid a ranged attack? I thought you needed to be near both targets.
No, I need to be near the person attacking.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. But regardless, Snake, you.
Do you give me a? What do you give me? Uh-oh. Did Discord just die? Hello?
Actually, no, they can't. They can't.
Hi.
Sorry, Discord died.
That was
So
weird.
what? Are
Welcome
you
back.
giving me anything?
Yes,
Ha-
you now have a +1 from the spell and a +2 from the familiar.
Oh wow, it gives a +2. Damn.
Yeah, it's.
And who are you
enabling
aiming at?
that.
I'm gonna go for Lionheart.
Okay.
Does the spell? It only gives me a +1 for the first attack.
You get to choose which.
I'll just go.
attack
I'll do
it
the first
applies.
attack. Oh damn! I'm rolling poor.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Lionheart AC is 18, so that first one is definitely a hit.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Well, I hit.
you sure did.
I've tried to give you all the help in the world.
yet-
An item that increases your damage, things that increases your to hit, and this is how you repay me.
Okay. So its next turn is Wakarad is out of this initiative order. Drip Drop. Okay. I think Drip Drop is going to.
So, do you actually have the order?
I do have the order. Yeah.
Could you
Drip.
put it? Could you put it in the RPGing chat, just so we can see to make sure that no one's turn gets skipped?
There you are.
So drip drop first.
Yes. He doesn't have that much movement. Trip Trap is gonna hop this distance, and Trip Trap will do very good at that.
Acrobatics. Oh, he has to beat a DC 5.
Yeah, he has acrobatics to 16. He nails the fucking jump.
Nice.
It's spectacular. And then it's going to take just barely, another shot at. This is also going to take a 1 burn because he's doing a pushing infusion and he used his move action already.
And keep on burning, rolling. Or do you have music for this fight or no?
I don't. I could
That's
put on
okay.
just
You don't need to put on music.
let's. Oh wait. I know the perfect one. Wait.
You do hit. Alexander, you are hit.
No.
Oh boy.
That's okay.
He'll probably heal the damage in a round.
Oh, there's a song for dumb fights in Radiatus Stories. I should have it here.
You don't need to worry too much on it, Frosty.
Okay. Fine. Final Fantasy IX boss battle music. Always perfect. Always perfect.
So how much damage and how far does she get pushed?
Okay, great question. First I'll do the CMB. There's not that much, but so I don't think that even breaks his
I'm
game.
asking you can give 0 fucks about a CMD like that.
Okay. And for damage, it's
her CMD is 21.
you take 18 damage from the water though,
Ooh.
as you are just
That's pretty
Ooh.
strong.
Okay.
blasted. It is now your turn to follow up.
Heal 5 damage.
Oh my god, I just closed out of my character sheet.
Don't
Control
close
Shift
out
D.
of it.
Well, not
Control
like
Shift.
I didn't close out of it. I tabbed. I'm not hooked up
Okay.
to my overblown monitor right now. Let's see.
Oh, as a free action, I say, if you get up there, I will cast silence on you, and the bard will be silenced.
I completely forgot about the +1 to attack and damage. You take 19 damage, actually.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
Oh no, 1 more damage.
All right.
14 damage. Cool. I guess, I'm gonna charge.
All right. Are you going to try and jump over?
Yeah.
they're little trenches, so, I guess that's acrobatics checks, so.
I can't see this going badly, so...
Nope, couldn't.
1d20 minus 1.
Right, alright, here's the first one. Beautiful. I don't think I make it.
You know when cats try and jump and the ground is slippery and they just don't move? They just go like not even
So,
a
I guess you
form.
jump into the pit, and then you can get to this tranche.
Yeah, if you climb the 5 feet, you can get out.
Alright.
All right. Can you move your character, or do I need to?
I should be able to move it. Do you want me to do a climb check, or?
It's 5 feet.
Let's see. It's 5 feet. I think you can do it.
Mm-hmm. She has +9 to climb.
And it's a trench,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can-
a sheer wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Vomar's turn.
I'm going to go and just try to jump across.
Okay. Show me the acrobatics.
Let's see, what is my acrobatics? Okay. I am invisible, though, so no one gets to see my successful jump.
Okay. No one gets to see your weird, creepy legs and how they coil up and jump around or whatever.
And spring, yeah. I am going to cast I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast whispering to Aneski. I say, "This is an illusion," and I'm going to cast silent image of a fog cloud over where Aneski is, so she doesn't get blasted by it.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
And
how tall is the
I'm gonna make it purple. And I think that Nari has seen me cast purple clouds enough that she knows that those are illusions generally.
Okay.
It'll be our signal. So okay. Well, I cast it. It's up to they get to make a will saving throw when they interact with it, or if they spend a move or standard action like scrutinizing it.
Okay. Is it tall enough to block Nari's line of sight?
I can actually make it.
Because you can make it like 5 feet tall and.
Yeah, I can make it 5 feet tall.
Sunk
So, yeah.
into the.
I make it 5 feet tall. So yeah.
All right.
Or like 6 feet, just to make sure that.
But I have line of sight, so.
Yeah. Okay, next turn it
Oh,
is...
and I also do an aid another with my familiar. There, you get +2 there, Snake, on one of your attacks.
Nice.
Okay. Can you cast a spell on a person if you don't know their exact location?
Is it an AoE spell?
Nope.
Then no.
Okay.
And if they don't know exactly where I am, that like if you knew my square, maybe depending on the spell. But if you just like, there's an invisible person here, fairy fire. Unless you know what square they're in, it's not.
All right. And where can you draw the square for your fog?
Oh yeah.
All right. Lionheart prepares something, and it is Nari's turn.
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm just gonna shoot her. Again, hopefully.
Okay.
So I get a +2 on one attack. And a -1 for distance. Shouldn't matter last time because I fucking missed. And...
Yeah, that hits.
Oh.
That hits.
Oh my
too.
god, I'm hitting twice. It's a
Whoa.
fucking miracle.
Now you'll do 6 damage.
19.
Oh, okay, fine.
19 damage.
There we
Whoa.
go.
Who are you, and what have you done with her?
Gravity bow.
Buddy.
It's good.
It is Drip Drop's turn. Drip Drop takes a 5-foot step towards his ally, and I guess only no, you can all see this. He conjures some water and just like pushes it into her wounds, and then like pulls a whole bunch of blood and stuff out of the wounds, and it is like the wounds never happened.
Actually, Alexandra
She
does
heals
need to roll a will save with an additional +5, so I think it's +10 total to see through my illusionary cloud.
All right, here we go.
You do see some lingering exhaustion on
Oh,
Okay,
God.
you currently can't see through it, but
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna let you. If you want to roll like an int check to see if you remember exactly where that, or perception maybe, to see
Which
exactly
check?
where the ledge is. Let's
yeah.
call it perception. Like, do you remember where the ledge actually is? If you wanted to continue your
Okay.
your jump.
My perception is okay.
shouldn't be.
Here we go. Oh, come on.
You're not entirely sure where the drop is, so I think you jump like 5 feet too early. So make a acrobatics check with +5 to how far you need to jump.
Doesn't she get a negative
So-
one? Why is she still trying to jump?
That's a great question. I mean, you can
I could,
go down and climb up.
yeah, just
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
a move.
Can I just like run it?
You could get there with a
Like-
regular move action.
There's a down and then an
Oh,
up. So
Yeah.
I guess a double move. Because otherwise she's gonna never get there.
Yeah, you can do a double move.
Actually, wait. You just need to. You can actually attack. No, you can't attack them from the trench.
You could throw the hedgehog at them from the trench. But then you lose your knife.
I
No, the
happen to
hedgehog
quite
needs
like
to be
my
right
hedge.
next to her. That's how this works, Frosty.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay, so I'm double moving.
Yep, that works.
Wouldn't she make it one movement? Because it goes
Well,
5,
not
10,
down and up.
15.
She
20,
could probably
25,
move
30.
25.
Yeah, I was
Because
gonna
it
say if
costs
I
an
go here,
extra. Yeah,
Okay.
and then they're within my range,
Yeah.
right?
and then you can take a poke at one of them.
First
Who
roll
do
will
we
save.
like least?
I mean, I don't know.
Roll that will save, though.
Okay,
As
1d
Lionheart unleashes what she was
plus
preparing.
10 will.
Ooh.
Oh,
You succeed at this fear saving throw.
actually, that's an addition. Take 5 off of that because 5 of that was me telling them, "This is an illusion," and you get a
Oh.
bonus. One of your
Oh.
allies goes, "This is an illusion,"
Okay.
and when they
Okay.
cast an illusion. So
So then,
17 is still.
yeah,
What?
DC is 17. It's meet or beat.
Yep, meet to beat.
It's meet. Yeah, it's meet and beat.
You
So
have
she
you have
meets
met,
it.
and you beat.
Okay, so Alexandra, you should put a tally somewhere on your sheet.
You just beat an
for-
emotion saving throw. Oh wait, don't you have a? Is there a minus?
Oh, and I
something?
also just healed. Shit. We.
Heal 5. Yep.
Yeah.
God, just I imagine them just watching her wounds just close up in front of them. Like, this person's is gonna kill us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you target, I don't think. But I'll target whichever one you target.
Okay. 'Cause the way I see it is, I think she could probably hit me harder, but he can heal her.
Mhm.
That's true. If you kill the
So-
healer, they're not gonna.
Exactly. I think I'm going for the healer.
All right.
Okay.
Hey.
28. Okay, you hit. Roll the damage.
You don't get ×3 this time.
Sadly,
I know.
that's pretty good.
Okay, you hit him, and then, to your surprise, rather than that satisfying feeling of cutting into something, it's more like the feeling of throwing something.
Yes,
And-
roll with it.
Roll with it. Yep, he
Flies 15 feet.
he flies 15 feet. Basically into the trench, I think.
It's 5 feet up, so he couldn't. He hit the wall.
No, like into the trench.
Into the
yeah,
trench. I
under.
see. Does he get hurt or no?
I believe he gets
Nope.
staggered from doing so.
Yep, but he isn't hurt.
Interesting. How often?
Roll with
Yeah.
it is a very cool goblin.
It's a very funny one, definitely. If he can beat the damage,
Mhm.
he will. It's an immediate action. If he can beat the damage, he takes no damage.
Ooh.
And instead just flies away. So, is it?
Next up, it is Romar.
I am going to walk here because I can't actually walk that much further,
Mhm.
and whisper to Aneski, "I am putting a silence on you. Do not resist. Just stay near Music Bard and beat her." And I convert one of my spell slots into silence and cast it on Aneski. If she doesn't resist,
Will that change my rage?
nope.
Your rage comes from within.
This is not a scald thing. Your rage is from the inside.
Okay.
You're
cool.
screaming silently now.
Which might be more terrifying.
You aren't noodly yet. My
Oh,
familiar gives you a plus. Snake gives you a +2.
Awesome.
And now the bardic music is stopped.
Okay. Bardic music has been stopped. It is now Lionheart herself's turn. Without her music, she has two options. She's going to either, retreat back to her ally, or she's going to walk forward and just try for the fight. I think with her lion blood all pumping, she's going to try for the fight. So she takes her 5-foot step forward, draws her 2 weapons. Well, actually, they're already drawn, and rolls her full attack, including a bite.
Nice.
And
AC
they're
18.
all 1d20 plus 6. And they all miss.
Well,
Aren't you glad we got you good armor there, Alexandra?
So excited.
Rapier goes just past you, and dagger tries to cut at your torso, but hits the armor instead, and the gnashing of teeth fails to connect. All right, next up it is Nari.
I got a shooter.
Okay.
Boom. And then
Lionheart, that is
boom.
second one hits.
Okay. Hey.
12 damage, okay. She looks bloodied.
Thwack.
It is Drip Drop's turn. Drip Drop easily climbs out of this tunnel and prepares to blast. Actually, can you 5-foot step out of that?
No, you can't 5-foot step up a 5-foot step.
What if you have a climb speed?
If you have a climb speed, yeah. You can.
Okay. They climb their 5 feet out, and they do their move action to charge up, and they blast.
I thought they were staggered.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they do not charge up, and they do not push infusion. They just do damage.
Yep.
Let's see. Their hit is.
What does stagger do
11.
again?
You have to choose between move or standard.
Standard.
Do you still get a 5-foot?
I believe so.
Stagger Pathfinder. Yes, he can still blast from the trench.
Mm.
I think I need line of sight, but because they're a small
I was gonna
goblin,
say,
that
yeah.
Oh,
I can't,
yeah.
like see over.
Since can still take a free, swift, or immediate action, 5-foot steps, and a free action.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, that's 25 damage as the water blasts into you. Into Adeski.
Oh,
No.
well, that's kind of
That's a lot of damage.
mean-spirited.
Yeah, kineticist is really strong at low levels. I think Goblin kineticist might be the most powerful level 3 build I have ever put together. At any rate,
All right. If I take one of those hits, I'm down.
You want to switch targets?
Okay. It's your turn. Take
Oh.
gain your 5 health and
5 health. Let's do this. I
Remember,
want-
you actually also have Die Hard, so you aren't actually down until minus 26.
God damn.
If you take a 5-foot step, you can start smacking that goblin if you want.
I kind of want to smack her around right now.
You're going to have to, because of the reach weapon, either you can hit with unarmed bracer or you can take 10 feet of movement, in which case she gets attack weapon.
Wait, why can't she 5-foot?
Well, she can 5-foot, but she's still in range, or she's down the trench.
I did give her a spiked gauntlet to punch with, so... but you can also just take a 5-foot step towards the goblin and just hit.
Yeah.
Ranged weapons effectively have a 5... You can't attack the thing.
Oh,
just
yeah, true.
adjacent
Okay.
to you.
I'll take a 5-foot step towards the goblin then and
All right.
get him. Wait.
Hopefully the goblin has less AC.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Nope. That goblin is slippery. Next, it is Wilmar.
Well, goblins are good against most of my... Might be time to finally reveal myself. I cast Sleep where the goblin is. Make him a Wilson. Fuck you. DC 16.
Oh.
Oh no.
Goblin is asleep.
Coup de
Trip falls
grace.
asleep.
Coup de grace.
And
Trip.
I become visible.
Okay.
All right, my target has changed.
Be-
It is Lionheart's
Welcome
turn,
to
actually.
Wizards changing the battlefield.
I think Lionheart is going to try and move. You get an attack of opportunity with your armored glove, but not with your.
Okay.
Because she's going to move around you to try and like slap the goblin awake. She's like, we talked about this. No sleeping.
Well,
Spike Gauntlet is plus 11.
Plus 11, yeah.
Roll it.
You don't do that much less damage with the gauntlet. It's just...
Yeah,
ooh, 24.
that hits.
And then 1d4 plus 8.
Hey.
Yeah, you try and you hit her on the way over as she's going over to wake him up, and she just falls over with a dull thud.
I guess, and you can coup de grace the goblin if the illusion doesn't immediately end.
All right, do I roll another thing for that? For the sleep to end or not?
Nope. They only get awake if something damages them or the duration expires. So sleep is very much a save or lose kind of spell.
Okay, then I think you guys can coup de grace and finish this fight, and you're done.
Okay, Aneski, hit him with an automatic critical. I don't think you need to roll to hit because he's asleep.
I thought there
and
was
there's no
something to
distract.
roll for coup de grace, but
No, you roll
if
damage.
So you roll damage. If they can do a fort save higher than your damage, they can not instantly die.
so 18 times 3.
Yeah.
So 54.
Yeah, I don't think their 1d20 plus 6 is going to beat that.
Probably not. They could roll a 20.
I don't think that's still not an automatic success. I believe
It's a DC 28. 10
Only
plus
28?
damage dealt.
But
Yeah.
it's
54
54 damage, I thought.
but that's not tripled yet.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, it's doubled.
Yeah.
It's only doubled. This weapon doesn't have a
Oh,
times 3.
okay.
It's because
So-
she hit once and then got a second critical
I
on
see,
her
I
second.
see.
So 10 plus 36, 46.
Yeah, so roll a
can't-
1d20. If he rolls a 20, survives.
Nope.
No.
No. And anyway,
job.
he also took like 36 damage.
Yeah. Drop has fallen. The power of using will saves against people who are bad at will saves.
Yep.
There's a reason why I let the other people do
We're a
damage.
party comp. What the fuck?
Wow. Oh wait, and let me find the.
Dun, 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 dun. Good.
Still like the Final Fantasy victory music more than any other. It's classic. Okay. And with that, you have defeated the rival team.
Flawless
Team
victory.
Sweet Flips.
As yep.
Oh, the first to approach you after the battle is Walkerod, who is just so fucking proud of you. Walkerod is like, you did that, you killed me so good, you're amazing. That was amazing, you're the best at fighting.
You're welcome.
and I go, I am so glad you are impressed with my teammates. They are of a very strong hitting caliber.
Kind of out of practice, to be
Oh.
honest. It's been a while.
Oh, and by the way, once you step out of the mindscape, you feel absolutely none of the pain or anything from what happened in the mindscape. You are completely and utterly fine. Like none of it ever happened.
Okay.
Which would sort of agree with the fact that the people you killed are still here. It's fine.
No shit.
Like Walkerod isn't just fucking decapitated.
Yeah, Zip accidentally made it a lethal mindscape, so you actually just killed the other team. Whoops. Zip is well zipping around the place right now. she goes to find some, like along the wall of giant contracts. She picks out 3 or so, hence puts them out on the table, and she's like, "Okay, you're strong. Here's the list of the different jobs you might want to do. Let's look at the first one. Yeah,
Yep. I am quite ready and willing.
you guys want to? I heard you. I remembered you wanted to leave town a bit on account of the news
Sure
thing that just went
do.
out. Okay, excellent. All right, first one. There's a sports ball champion, and they want
Sports ball.
protection. Sports ball, the ancient orcish art of hitting a really big ball really hard at one another.
Is this like Blitzball?
Except not underwater.
Fuck. What kind of...
You just in this world, you just referenced a piece of media in a piece of media. That's
pretty meta.
So yeah, that they're convinced that they're going to get assassinated on the field. They want you to take up spots on their team and play a sports ball championship with them.
What?
Yeah.
You want us to play sports ball?
Well, according to the letter, they say that they can, the team they're fighting, they can win single-handedly if there's no foul play. So the 3 of you are just there to stop foul play, while they single-handedly crush the entire other 4 people.
Huh. Okay. What's the pay?
I don't know if that's just like boasting or if that's real, but
Is there a
it'll
reward
be
on
fun.
that?
Yes, all 3 of these have the same reward because I'm not going to make the decision for you.
Okay.
I've gone from being zipped to being the DM in one sentence.
Next.
They're all the same reward experience and etc.
course.
You don't have to.
I
worry about
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't expect XP differences, but maybe there's
Yeah.
something different about the money. I don't know.
Yeah. Or like maybe one has magic items instead of money, but it's going to be the same sort of
Yeah.
material reward. And this is a spooky letter I got that just says, "Hey, come to my haunted house." So it's got an address, and that's all it says.
It just says.
It's just like turning over the paper just to demonstrate. Like there's nothing else on it. It's like 2 sentences.
Nari picks it up and is like,
Oh, wow, that's all it says. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, right. That's why I put it on the wall because it's kind of weird. And like, what could that be about? I should probably tell the cops about it because it might be like a murder factory, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. How many other people went?
Not knowing yet
Oh.
that I know. of.
Oh. Next.
And this third one, the handsome butler fellow dropped this off earlier. They said they have intel on some green kobolds. They want you to go check out. Well, they want you to join them as they go check it out.
Okay, so
That one sounds kind of important, to be honest.
It sounds like it's government business. I don't know if you want to even get involved with that. You're allowed to, but like, you might want to keep things more lighthearted. It's up to you. Shape your own destiny and your own story.
Well, we're the chosen ones, so, we don't have a choice in that.
Oh, please stop referencing.
What? That's what the monarch said. We're the chosen
And
ones.
she gives a smile like she knows exactly that you're not. But
I'm not lying. That's what she said.
Sounds
you are
like
not
you
lying.
want to be chosen.
There is sometimes perks, like when you die, instead of dying, you go to a strange gray room where then they offer you the choice of living or going on to a nice afterlife. It's in various media, and I think I experienced it once.
Are you sure that wasn't the cave? I'm pretty sure that's when I pulled the pickaxe out.
Yeah,
and I wanted to know
chose
if I
come
should have
back.
just put you down or not. I'm pretty sure that was me. I'm fairly certain that was me.
Well, near
like
that
Zip's legs are like
experience.
swinging under her chair. She's like drumming on the desk. She looks looking around bored. She's
Okay.
completely restless at all times.
Okay,
Alright,
Green Cobalt investigation. So, which one? We have Sports Ball Champ, we have Haunted House, and we have the Green Cobalt investigation.
And I truly mean it when I say you do not like the Kobold one is more serious, but it's not necessarily like it progresses a story, but it's not necessarily your story.
I'm okay
So
with
it
any
is
of them,
entirely
to
up
be
to you
honest.
where you want to go.
Like, I'm okay with any.
Yeah.
Ian, do you have a preference? Or shall I roll a die?
I will say that I don't know how equipped we are to deal with haunted house.
Fair.
Not to say
Ghosts
that
would be a
we
problem.
wouldn't-
Yeah.
Now, albeit we just don't have magic weapons yet.
My weapon does not yet count as magic. Soon, but not now.
Mhm.
Oh my god, theory.
So I'm voting either sports ball champ or green kobold investigation.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do some sports ball.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's do some
sports
wacky
ball.
bullshit.
All right.
Because
sports,
the
sports,
kobold
sports.
investigation, I'm sure it will be
Yeah.
there when we're back.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that's all I have for this.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Are we all good for next week?
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
man, I can't wait to level up and not be it's nigh useless in combat.
Just
You'll have
because, like, I know you're just like, I want to add my wisdom to this.
Yeah, I would
goddammit.
love to use any of my ability scores to help my combat. Any of them. But anyway, thanks, stream. See you next week.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
stream.
See you.
People actually showed up to stream, didn't they?